Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. Filing dates have been set for 2 seats on the Sulphur Springs Independent School District Board. The dates are set and applications for various waivers were approved during Monday's board meeting. Places on the board held by Robert Cody and Robin Vaughn will be on the May 6, 2017 ballot. Places on the board filing dates are January 18th through February 17th. One may file for a place on the board at the District Administration Building. The board requested a waiver for limiting the number of foreign exchange students in the district next year. Superintendent Michael Lamb told the board that schools are allowed to limit the number to facilitate a proper environment for the students who are living with families in the area. Also, applications for waivers for student days will be converted to staff development days for the 2017-2018 school year were also considered and approved. Students will attend 175 days of class, and 12 days will be devoted to staff development if the waivers are approved by the state. The requests are being made to facilitate the calendar process for the next school year. The same number of days for students and staff development on the calendar this year are being asked for next year, but this has to be done as the year ends and the waivers end with this school year. Also, half days are being requested. 6 half days are being requested. The half days are flexible and can be used as partial days now that the state is counting minutes, according to Michael Lamb, Superintendent of Schools. The board also approved some personnel moves and new employees. Saturday, a vehicle and its driver took exception to the newly installed no left turn position at Hillcrest and Highway 19. The southbound driver decided to turn left across the street instead of proceeding north as directed by the highway striping and the large flashing sign at the intersection. Instead, he, quote, mowed down the sign pole. The driver fled the scene. A picture of the damaged vehicle, including the front license plate, was taken and submitted to the Sulphur Springs Police Department by the eyewitness, along with an account of the incident that was also submitted. TxDOT crews responded early Monday morning to the recently removed no left turn sign at the intersection. They replaced the sign. As of Tuesday, no arrest has been made of the individual with a Craig Street address. The individual has moved from the residence on his vehicle registration. And according to a phone call with Police Chief Jay Sanders just a few moments ago, Sanders says that the local police are unable to tell what the license plate number is and to be able to verify the vehicle itself. He's asked for an additional picture if it is possible. I'm sure it will be. Superintendents from Hopkins County and Delta counties assembled Tuesday afternoon at the administration building in Sulphur Springs. They presented their opinion regarding the A to F grading system for our schools in Texas. The new grading system will require a total re-education of the public regarding the standards met. Superintendent Michael Lamb read the press release.
From the Hopkins and Delta County Superintendents, it's a response to the ADF rating system. During the last legislative session in Texas, a law was passed requiring the Commissioner of Education to develop a system that would give every campus and district in the state a grade from A to F in 5 domains. As required by law, the Commissioner has developed a system and prepared a report for the legislature that is a preliminary attempt to comply with the law. The report is unofficial and one possible method of assigning letter grades to each campus and district using only 4 of the ultimate 5 domains. The Texas Education Agency states that this report is simply a work in progress. The final criteria for rating schools will not even be established until the summer of 2017, with the first set of grades to be released in August of 2018. On December 8, 2016, the Texas Education Agency published the school report cards for every district in the state. The purpose of the report card is to, quote, inform parents and guardians about a campus's individual characteristics and its academic performance. Using the 2015 and 16 data, every district in Hopkins County and Delta County met standard and earned multiple distinctions. Mike Morath, the Texas Commissioner of Education, stated, quote, "Earning one or more distinctions is noteworthy and should be a source of pride in a community." Now, a different rating system using the very same data from 2015-16 will be released, or actually was released last Friday, using an A to F rating for all campuses and districts. Districts which met standard and earned distinctions may now receive letter grades of C or below. This report could lead to very negative feelings among teachers and our communities. Our teachers work hard every day to educate all of our students in Hopkins and Delta County. With the student population becoming more diverse, teachers are asked to find new ways to reach students who are in poverty, as well as those who are limited English speakers. They have accepted every challenge and done an amazing job of meeting the challenging standards that the legislature and the Texas Education Agency has set before them. Our teachers are to be commended. After conducting our own analysis of the 2015-16 data and looking at the school report cards published by TEA, we believe we are meeting the ideals and expectations of our communities in Hopkins and Delta County, and we will continue to do so. Now, that's our official statement as a group of superintendents in this county and the surrounding counties. I could go on and on for hours about what this is and what this means and does, and I really don't want to do that. At this point in time, I would just ask, are there any questions that you'd like for us to field from the media?
Midwinter is Chamber of Commerce season. The membership banquet is coming up in February, but right now, this week is a crucial time to join as a chamber member if you are a business or an organization or an individual. You'll even have a mini website of your own to update and use all year, and a beautiful color photo that you can design for the directory, but be sure and do it this week. Here's Chamber CEO Leslie Brown.
We have a lot of things coming up for the Chamber in 2017. And the first big thing is the Chamber Banquet that's going to happen on Thursday, February 16th.
Okay. I remember it was kind of a big deal. You kind of dressed for the Chamber Banquet.
That's exactly right. So it used to be a really pretty fancy event. And in the last few years, we've kind of gotten away from that a little bit. So now we're kind of going backwards just a little bit so that you can pretty much wear whatever you'd like to wear, but we're encouraging business casual dress just so we can have a nice dinner and a fancy evening. So.
Okay. Tell us some things about what we should expect.
So this year's theme is called Into the Woods. And so it kind of means that we're going to be spending the evenings in the woods and lots of twinkle lights, and I think it'll set a pretty scene for the evening. Okay. We'll be giving away community awards that night as usual, but we have a few that we need some additional nominations for.
Okay, and many of them have already passed their deadline.
Yes, they have passed the deadline. However, we are still needing additional Large Business of the Year awards or nominations, and then we are also needing Small Business of the Year nominations.
And how is it determined large to small?
Okay, so 1 employee to 50 employees means small business. Okay. And then 51 and over is indicative of a large business.
Okay. And so if you think of a business that might fit into this, that maybe you've done business with or part of or any connection with, well, it's easy to nominate.
Absolutely. It is just a matter of getting a form from the chamber, and we can email those out if you need that. And then, we're just trying to recognize businesses that stand out amongst some of the others this past year that have just been above and beyond.
It is lovely to be there and see the people who walk up to receive the award or maybe for someone who can't be there and they receive it for them and just have a few words to say. It's very gratifying for everyone in the audience.
Absolutely. And we keep that a secret so they don't know about it when they come in. I feel like that is a big part of the success of the Chamber Banquet, is that you get a lot of honesty and just real emotion in that moment. And so it's something that everybody can enjoy.
So Educator of the Year, those nominations are closed, is that right?
They are closed, yes.
The two that are open are Large Business and Small Business
That's
of the Year. Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have to know a lot about these businesses to
Not
make the nomination?
necessarily. You know, go ahead and give us some examples of why you think that they've been amazing and wonderful this year. And, you know, that goes a long way when the committee is meeting to determine who the winner will be. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Great. Well, I think all of us have kind of held our breath each year when we are planning to go, and then we get to the awards ceremony, really what it is, for Citizen of the Year, Woman of the Year, all these top awards.
So many wonderful awards. And it is the only night of the year that we really have something like that. And so it's a neat opportunity for everybody to come together and just enjoy the evening.
Okay.
Every year it seems like we fight the weather. Because it's deep into February, and so we usually kind of fight the weather. We'll see what happens this year. We're hoping for great weather, and we don't have to worry about it.
So Thursday, February 16th at
6:30 p.m. at the Civic Center.
Okay. Civic Center, I'm making my notes right now. Although, you can always see your Chamber Connection posted here on our website at ksstradio.com week by week, and I need to start reading that again.
It's full of good information. It really is. It's got all kinds of information in there.
Well, you do monumental things with the Chamber, but you don't do them alone.
That is so correct. And so a new thing that's happened in 2017 is we have added a third person full-time.
Okay.
And that is just fully needed at the Chamber. And so now we have a staff of 3. So I'm there, and Kathy is there, and now Vicki is there. And then we have a board of 18 members. And then we have a group of ambassadors. I think we're about 35 big. And they are kind of the bread and butter of the Chamber. I mean, they are there to help just whenever we need anything. They're just so important to us, and so we're thankful for them. But if anybody's ever interested in volunteering for the Chamber, that's a great way to get involved. And volunteering for the Chamber is one of those things that is a great way to get involved in your community, not just Sulphur Springs, but Hopkins County wide. And so I encourage anybody that's interested in doing that to come on and visit with me, and let's talk about it and see if it might be a good fit for you.
Well, do you have to take on a large load of things to do or places to be at certain times?
Not really. It's kind of whatever fits your schedule and whatever you would like to do. So some people come to every single thing that we have, and some people do a few a year. And so it's just kind of whatever your schedule allows and what you feel like you should do.
Well, let's say to consider being a Chamber ambassador, which certainly represents the Chamber out in the community. Is this for 1 year? Do you volunteer for 6 months, a year, 2 years?
So usually it's a 2-year term.
Okay.
Or you can choose to do it indefinitely, but typically people will do 2-year terms and see how it goes, and then kind of, decide from there. You can always do another 2-year term. So you can do it indefinitely if you feel like it's really fun for you and you're enjoying it. So
there's certain people that come to mind right now that I think have been indefinite term ambassadors.
Absolutely. I think I have some 40 plus years, and so that's amazing.
Wow. And that is one of the recognitions at the Chamber banquet.
So here's the thing. For the ambassadors, you earn points. It's a point system. And the more things that you go to and the more things that you help with, and, when you kind of go above and beyond, you get points for those, and those are tallied up. And so whoever has the most points at the end of the year does receive the Ambassador of the Year award, which is a big, a wonderful thing for people to work for and enjoy when it happens.
That really is. Most anybody that comes to town, they think first to try the Chamber to get information. This might be just a family visiting here. It might be, such as yesterday, the president of Texas A&M Commerce who came to town to Sulphur Springs to meet everyone.
Yes. I mean, I've told many people that I feel like the Chamber of Commerce is oftentimes the very first impression of Sulphur Springs. That's where they'll go first. Well, let's go check out the Chamber and see what they have, information-wise, that we can give away. And so that's something they were able to come in, get all kinds of information about Hopkins County, and then they can kind of go out and explore and enjoy it a little bit.
To be a chamber member, let's say if you're a business or if you're an organization, or what categories there are to become a member of the chamber?
So the categories are endless, but let me tell you, there are so many wonderful benefits to being a chamber member. And one of the most important things is that we give out a chamber directory. We make those every year, and those are coming to Fortition very soon. We are almost at deadline for that. And so this chamber directory is distributed to over 7,000 people that come to Sulphur Springs, and that may mean that they're in for a state softball tournament, or maybe they came in for a rodeo, maybe they just came in to check out Sulphur Springs for the weekend. We just consistently give those out. But that does not include all of Sulphur Springs businesses. That includes just our chamber members. And so what a wonderful tool for them to be in. And it includes an alphabetical listing of the businesses, and it also involves a categorical listing.
It is not expensive to become a member.
It is not expensive.
I mean, I was so surprised when I found out.
Yes, and I will say, this is kind of a teaser and maybe some bad news, but we have not changed the rates in so long. It's been almost 20 years.
Wow.
We need to anticipate that there are going to be some rate increases. It's just time. We should have done it a while back probably, but they will not be significant. But in the next few years, they'll start eking up just a little bit to kind of compensate, for time lost. And so that'll happen, but it hasn't happened yet. It's just kind of something we see coming.
Okay.
But so a business that may have 1 to 4 full-time employees is only $114 a year, and that's a huge bargain, I feel like.
I think so too.
Yes.
So, is it too late to pay your dues, become a member, and get in the directory?
No, but we are at it. And so probably within, I know this week is fine and next week may be fine, but that's probably the end. So in the rest of this week and next week, we've got to make sure that we've got everybody in and they're ready to go.
So by January 21st, which is a Friday, would that be a safe date?
I think so. It's really cutting it close. We are trying to go to print as soon as possible, and the reason we do that is because we're trying to hand out the directories at the chamber banquet.
Certainly.
It's a wonderful time for everybody to gather up their directory and take it home, be able to look at it. You're going to see a different look with the directory this year. It's going to have a whole new feel, kind of a magazine feel, and so I feel that that's very exciting with a lot of great pictures and kind of some new information. So
I have a collection of chamber directories that we always kept them here over the years at KSST for reference to how to contact, not only just by phone, and as you know, people's numbers are not always in the phone book anymore.
That's right.
And their fax numbers, I don't know how many people still use fax, but it still is a good way.
Yes.
And those numbers are not listed anywhere except the directory.
It is hard to find them, and I feel like the directory is the fastest tool. When anybody calls, that's the first thing that I'll grab to look for information, because it's just full of great information.
And email addresses are there?
The email addresses, some are there. Usually the websites are listed if they have it.
It's invaluable. And as a member, you get your directory free?
You get your directory free, and then you also are able to have a ribbon cutting at your business. We put that in the newspaper, and then it also comes to you guys. It goes to all the radio stations, and so, that has such a monetary value. If you were to go and do all of those things on your own, it would be very expensive to do. So the chamber can do that free of charge for you. So for the $114, you're able to get in the directory, you're able to have your ribbon cutting. Throughout the year, we offer all kinds of Better Your Business breakfasts and lunch and learns, all kinds of things so that our businesses can actually benefit from the chamber, from being a member of the chamber.
Right. I like going in there. Of course, I always want to stop and talk to Kathy. Kathy is very talkative, and she knows everything.
Yes.
But I like seeing all the information that's just right there in front of you. Business cards from everybody, brochures, maps.
Yes, that's another benefit. We do have maps. And it's funny to me that people still come in for maps. Every single day someone comes in for a map. I use my phone, and so, but that's not the case. I mean, people come in every single day to get a map. And we have city on one side, county on the other side. And then that's another benefit of being a member of the chamber, is you're able to put your business information right there for people to gather and take with them.
And it's friendly at the chamber, and you can just walk right in and probably already know everybody you see. Vicki is new, and what is her last name?
Vicki Hammer. Vicki moved to town about 6 months ago, and someone came in the other day and said, Vicki, I'd like to know what you're passionate about. And she said, you know what? I'm passionate about Sulphur Springs. She moved to Sulphur Springs and she fell in love with it. And so I thought she was a perfect addition for the chamber, because you want someone to be in love with Sulphur Springs to be able to really promote it. And she is. And so she's been a great asset for us.
Well, you and your family are involved in the community. You have children in school.
Yes. Yes, we have 3 girls, and so Katie is 15 and Tally is 10. Oh, Katie's 14. She's just headed to 15 quickly. And Joby is 7, and so we have them in 3 different schools here in Sulphur Springs. We love the school system here. And so...
and your husband's heavily involved as well.
He is heavily involved. So he is the executive director of the Council of Governments and still represents Hopkins County, which is an exciting thing, and I'm glad that he can be a part.
Yes.
Yes.
And former county judge Chris Brown.
Yes.
We love him and love seeing him around. Well, there's a lot going on. It's like a beehive buzzing there at the chamber. A little bitty place, but boy, do you do a lot for us.
That is the truth. There is an energy that just kind of exudes out of the, just kind of ekes out. There's just so much happening in there. And so that's a fun and exciting place to be. And I think sometimes people will come in just to visit, and I know that that's why it's just an exciting, and something's always happening there. And so we love people to stop in and visit and spend a little time.
300 Conley Street. It's easy. It is so easy. It is so hard to not find it.
Yes, that's right. It's not always easy to park, but you can park relatively close. You know, you can. It's still a downtown environment, so you can walk around.
Okay, right across from City Hall. And we thank you for coming in and sharing with us. And we have just a few seconds, but is there anything else new in 2017 that we don't know about yet?
Oh, stay tuned.
Okay.
This is a little teaser. I can't really even tell you, but there are so many things, and they are going to be rolling out at the banquet. And so what an exciting night. I encourage everybody to come, buy a ticket, enjoy it, and see all the new things that are about to happen.
Great.
Here's Don Julian with sports.
In a 7-team district like both the Wildcats and Lady Cats basketball teams are in, each night one of the district's teams will have the night off while the other 6 will be playing. Both the Wildcats and Lady Cats have their first round bye Tuesday night. The Lady Cats are 5-0 in district play coming into the open date, and the Wildcats are 3-0 in district play. Both will be resuming play Friday against Mount Pleasant. The Wildcats will face the Tigers at home, while the Lady Cats will play the Lady Tigers on the road. Mount Pleasant teams are matched up against Texas High Tuesday night before playing the Wildcats and Lady Cats Friday night. Both Wildcats basketball coach Clark Cipolletta and Lady Cats basketball coach Jeff Chapman have indicated they hope to take in the Texas High and Mount Pleasant games Tuesday night. The Tigers will be playing Texas High at home, and the Lady Tigers, coached by former Lady Cats coach Tina Carrillo, will be traveling to Texarkana. The Wildcats hit the open date Tuesday night with an 18-4 record, while the Lady Cats are 19-3. The Wildcats and Lady Cats' second round open date will be on Friday, February 3rd.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.